For my headboard base, for the twin headboard I'm making, I'm using this residential sheeting insulation board as my base. It's going to be lightweighted so it won't be heavy if I decide to attach the headboard to the wall, which I think I am. Or even if I put legs on it, it will also not be heavy to move around. And you can get these at Lowe's. It comes really big, and I used some of it to, I did my bed enclosure. And this was what was left over, so I'm piecing it together to do a twin headboard for my son's room. I'm redoing his room. I'm using this memory foam mattress topper for my filler, for my foam base for the headboard. And this is king size. I got it from Dee. It was $14.99. I'm gluing the bedding to the board that I put together for the headboard here. As you can see, I have glued one side of the bedding to the board. Now what I'm about to do is glue another padded part of this padding on top of it to make it thicker for the headboard. I'm adding another topping on top of this padding foam, and I'm going to use this spray, 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive spray, to glue it down to make it thicker for the headboard. Here I'm adding the cardboard. I screwed down a thick piece of cardboard to the back of the headboard. Now I'm stapling the fabric that of my choice to the headboard. And I'm going to staple it all the way around. Make sure you have a good, sturdy, thick cardboard so that the staples will stay in. So that's one key thing I found out, that the cardboard has to be thick enough that the staples can staple in and stay in and don't come out. And that's the reason why I use the cardboard. The cardboard helped me be able to attach the fabric, whereas in the poly board that I used to make the headboard with, you can glue stuff to it, but you can't like staple things to it and make it whole. Like with the paddings, I double up on that king size padding that I had bought from Dee. I double it up, but I had to spray it down with the adhesive that I showed you to get it this whole. Then I had to spray it on the poly board and let it sit for a few seconds, and then press the padding to it to get it to stay. So then I noticed that I needed something more durable that the staples can go in and stay in. So therefore I got this real heavy duty cardboard. If you don't have one of those, you can just take like 2 or 3 cardboard boxes and glue them together to make a thick cardboard, strong cardboard, and then take some hot glue and some E6000, glue the board down. I also use some screws. I use 4 screws on each corner to screw it in, because the poly board and the foam and the cardboard box, it accepts the screws like you screwing in something into wood. So it does accept that. And here you're gonna see me just staple all the way around. I'm tucking the fabric down and stapling all around to the back of the board. And as you watch, you'll see me completely staple it all the way around. and I'm making sure that I have the fabric pulled tight, because you want your fabric to be tight so that you get a smooth finish on the front of the headboard. Like I said, this headboard is very light, and it was very cheap to make because it was leftover um, materials that I had. I had already bought this fabric. I had ordered from Joanne Fabrics for probably about a year or two ago, and my son fell in love with it. I saw it on their website, and they had it on sale. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I know I didn't pay that much for it. I might have paid probably about $5 or $6 for it, and it was a yard of fabric. And I got it, and I thought it was such beautiful fabric. And my son saw it, and he was like, "I like that because it is so beautiful, pretty." He said, "I like that fabric." And then I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna make you a headboard out of this fabric." So I'm finally getting around to it. Like I said, I'm in college full time. I started out with my AS in college, working on that. Got my AS, and in the process was doing my AA. Finished those two together at one time. So I was stopping in between, um, doing projects for the house. In between, I would do projects, different little projects and things I wanted to do. In between, like my breaks, and because I had a lot on my plate on college full time, and so I I'm now finishing up with my bachelor degree. How about that? This is my winter break, and I'm doing projects that I started and wanted to complete during my winter break. And this has been exciting because I have one more class to take for my bachelor, which is a capstone, and I have to take two elective classes because they said I needed two more elective classes. So I'm taking human resources, introduction to human resources, and um, managing in human resources, because I think that's why I want to take my business degree. And even if I open up my own business one day, I want to know how to manage and my employees and to do the best for them by knowing what to do as a human resource manager. So those are my elective classes I'm taking this spring. So I have 3 classes. In April, I will be finishing. In May, I will be marching with my bachelor degree. And I tell you, anybody who's deciding to go to college, and you ever want to go to college, do it. Don't put it on hold. Do it. I put mine on hold, get my kids up, because now my daughter is the youngest. She's 13. And then I have a 17-year-old, and I have an 18-year-old, and I have two older kids that are in their 30s. So, and they married. So I was like, okay, it's my time now. The kids are all up in age. It's my time to go back to college. So I went back to college. In 2015, I started. And I'm finishing 2020. Here I am. And my whole bachelor degree, so far, straight A's. I got my capstone class to finish. If I get an A in that class, I will have went through my whole bachelor degree program with straight A's. I worked my butt off for those A's. And doing my AS and my AA, I got mostly all A's and B's. I got 2 C's. And I don't know. It was hard. I was going through a hard time at the time when I got those 2 C's. And I thought about taking those classes over because I know I could do better. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not worried about no 2 C's. I'm moving forward. I'm going on with my bachelor. I'm not going to be looking back on something I got in my AS and my AA. But I tell you, I do not regret going to college. I really, really, really tell you, if you want something, don't ever give up. Go out there. Like I said, I'm finna to be graduating at the age of 53 with my bachelor degree. Not that I haven't been in school. I have trades. I have a early childhood education degree, certification. I have a director's in early childhood education. I have VBK. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. So I have went to school, just trade, but never went to like college. Though this was my first time because I had my kids while I was working and going to trade school and going to college. So it's a lot, but I tell you, it's rewarding. It's rewarding. It's a great feeling to know that you can do what you set your mind out to do. And I'm hoping to open up some businesses one day. I can get the money. It's not that I don't have the education to run the business and do the business. It's the funding. So it's just having the capital to back you in your business, and you do need capital. So I tell you, you do need capital to back you in your business, so you'll be comfortable. And I'm excited for the rest of my life to spend the rest of my life doing the things that I've chosen. I always wanted to have my children. I had my children's, and I got grandkids. I feel blessed. I'm very blessed, and so I tell you, if you want something, don't let nothing stop you. No matter how old you are, your age, whatever, you can do it. You set your mind to it, you can achieve it. It's your mentality that pushes you to accomplishment in life. If you set your mind, which is your mentality, to accomplish something, you will achieve it. You just have to set your mentality there. And don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. You can and you will achieve it. All it takes is just have faith and believe in yourself, work hard, diligently put in the time, and you will achieve it. But I always made arts and crafts and projects, and anything I look at now, I say I want to do it and I want it, I will try it. I will try it. Even if it didn't come out great, I will keep trying until I get it to where I want it. And I have achieved many things that way, not giving up. Because you never fail unless you give up. As long as you keep going, you will achieve whatever you set your heart to. And life is too short for you not to persevere. And college and procrastination does not work together. You cannot procrastinate while you're in college. I'm telling you, if you decide to go to college, make sure you're ready to give it 100%. And some. Willing to stay up late at night to get your work done, to study, to make sure you do every assignment. Just don't give up, and you will achieve it. You will achieve it. I promise you. So don't give up. There I was filling the staple gun, so that took me a little while to come back. Because it takes a lot of staples. I have 2 different kinds of staple guns. Staple guns are very cheap. You can get them at Lowe's and Home Depot. That one there is more comfortable on your hand. I have this really heavy-duty, thick one, and it's not so comfortable on your hand. So I went back and got that one. And they were like $13, $14, and then you can get something like $20. You can even get the electric ones, and they're like $30-some. So it's up to you, whatever you choose to use. But I'm just telling you that they are very reasonable. They're not something very expensive. So they are cheap. And you probably can get them on Amazon too. I just went to Lowe's and got mine. Both of them came from Lowe's. Sometimes with that fabric, you got to get it just right to get it. See how I'm having to make sure the staple going down in, and I'm pulling it really tight and stapling it really, really, really well, so because I don't want nothing coming loose. And then I did go back and I did a hot glue along the fabric and sealed the fabric down to the board, just doubling up. I didn't video myself doing that because it ain't something that you have to do. You can see me, I'm doing it right there. Well, I went back and I used the hot glue gun and I went across all the fabric, the loose end, and I glued it really, really, really well down to the board to make sure that it doesn't come up. Nothing can get in between them. So that's what I'm doing right there. That glue and hot gluing it down. And I'm taking out the staples that didn't go all the way in. So I'm pressing it down on it. You don't have to have a lot of money to make your home beautiful. You can take some of the things that you already got in your house and just spruce them up real well. Until I finished it. That's how pretty it is. It reminds me of a Starry Night. And that's what it reminded my son of. And he painted a Starry Night picture art in his art class. And I got 2 wooden board and I screwed 2 screws up to the top and then 2 screws down at the bottom. I'm showing you right there. Each side, and I screwed it on. I was gonna put it on the wall, but then I changed my mind and just put it on these legs. This wood is actually hardwood floors, laminate hardwood floors that you click together and put down on the floors in your house. My husband brought it to me, and when he brought it to me, I he brought a lot of it home, and I started using it for headboard legs, and I use some for my daughter's headboard too. But I use 2x4s for my headboard legs, but with theirs because they want to be more lighter for them to move it around. If they wanted to change the room, I had to use those because that wood was lighter. And it screwed right into the headboard, real well. And the headboard came out really beautiful. This is a picture of the headboard. But that's the end of my video on showing you how I made a headboard. And I didn't tuck it because it was for a boy's room. I took my daughter's and I took mine. But thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.